Good morning. It is the next day, and we are all up and dressed, ready to go to Stavanger.
Hello.
It's supposed to be sunny today, but like between 5 and 10 degrees. So shirts wearing jeans, and I'm also wearing jeans. And I'll just take a little jacket with me. Shirt's got his country to country hoodie. We're gonna go up to breakfast today and try the Horizon. I think that's up in 416, or at least one of the upper decks. It seems like the most efficient way to kind of get fed this morning. And then at the still time, we'll pop up to the top deck and see the town or city. And then we'll go and disembark for the first time. Excited?
Yeah. Excited to go up to the deck for the first time and see somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it's very weird when you just see ocean, but I look forward to it. I look forward to seeing what we have. And also, in my pocket, I have a teeny tiny duck.
So we're at the Horizon Buffet restaurant, and the breakfast selection is huge. I've gone for Cumberland sausages, melon, some American style pancakes, a smoothie, a pecan and walnut muffin which looks delicious. Stuart got some toast, butter and jam, and he's essentially got the full English breakfast. This here is an omelette, which is quite cool, and he's got some pancakes as well, fried bread, and he's away to get some juice. What did you think of the selection that they have?
It's really good. Yeah. I mean, there's loads to choose from. There's like porridge, there's fruit, there's like all the breakfast you would want full breakfast wise. Yeah, there's literally nothing missing.
So that's us finished breakfast, and we are heading outside to the back of the ship, to the aft. Well, welcome to Stavanger. So we have arrived, and the view is absolutely stunning this morning. You can see Callum down the bottom taking photographs. The sun is shining. It is kind of windy, a wee bit windy from this height. So I'm on deck number 17, Callum's down on 16 just now. And it is slightly windy, but the view is stunning. All the hot tubs are on and they're boiling hot. And it's absolutely lovely. The plan just now is that we have to wait, because currently they are still docking us up. They're getting us all sorted. So you can see, if I look down here, you can see them all kind of going about their jobs, getting us organised to get off. We are supposed to go into lovely dry land at about 9 AM. Currently it is 8:24. So we've got about half an hour or so. Look at that view. I think it's really incredible. It seems like a stupid statement to make, but to just be able to arrive somewhere and see like a city right off the edge of the boat it's really peculiar. Like, but it's absolutely stunning. If you have a look up to my right now, you'll see. Oh my gosh, where's it gone? Not that way. Oh, look who that is. I know. Cal's now taking a photo of me taking a vlog. It's like Inception. A photo within a photo within a photo. Callum, give us a wave.
That's the Sea's job.
I don't know if you heard that, but he said that's the Sea's job. His level of humour, by the way, this holiday so far has been absolutely atrocious. Anyway, see you soon. Well, one thing that I wasn't certain on not happening was the possibility that when the boat stopped you would feel a wee bit like, oof, I haven't felt it at all. It might be interesting to get off the boat and then feel dry land again for a wee bit, but currently I've not noticed any kind of sick feeling or anything like that. How do you feel?
It's not been a particularly rough journey over anyway, so see just now sitting still is probably about as rough as we've had it. There's been some motion in the parts, but I think it felt good and it still feels good.
So that says officially off the boat. Disembarkation was really easy. We came down to floor number 3 and then you literally just come through. You need to have your cabin card available for you to scan out and into the ship. You also need to have, for Stavanger, a copy of your passport. It doesn't need to be the actual passport, it could be a photocopy or it could also be just a screenshot or a photograph on your phone, so that's absolutely fine. Ship is massive from Stavanger, by the way. Like, I mean, from when you get to ground level and you're standing literally what feels like at the bottom of the ship, it feels huge. Stavanger though looks so pretty. It's such a nice place. We were all the way up there a minute ago, by the way. It's so high. Callum, first impressions?
Of what?
Stavanger, the place, the size of the ship from where you are, anything?
It makes me feel a bit sick looking at it, but it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It looks better here than it does in Southampton. More impressive, you can see more of it. And I think Stavanger looks good.
These are the cutest little huts, and apparently these like are little shop things. They're not open just now, there's nothing in them. But at a certain time of year, I presume maybe closer to the summertime, they usually have wee shops in them and stuff, which is so cute, because there's a couple of them and they're so lovely. Lovely idea. So that's the Iona off in the distance. So down the bottom here are the lovely rib boats. The rib boats seem to be on. Callum's mum was talking to us this morning and said to us that she's spoken to a few people and they said that they're going on the rib boat tour. But something just to bear in mind that they are still running. There is actually ability to book as well, so when you come off the boat there are people standing doing the rib boat tours, same as there are people standing in the hop on hop off buses and sightseeing buses and lots of other kind of fjord cruises and things. So if you've not booked something, when you get off the boat there is things available. You can go and book on things. There's lots of options here, so just something to bear in mind. But I mean, yeah, the view and everything of this kind of harbour area is absolutely lovely. These are little pubs and bars, but I mean, look at the detail. Look how cute they are. They're so lovely. Well, the fact that it's just so traditional, which is really nice. We're heading over towards the kind of markets and things, and then there's a cathedral up the top part, so we're going to that. I think everyone wants to go into the 7-Eleven first though, because, you know, 7-Eleven.
I work in a 7-Eleven.
That was so funny, because I literally went, I think everyone wants to go into the 7-Eleven first, because you know 7-Eleven, and then you came up behind me and went, I'm going to the 7-Eleven.
Up in Norway, it's the first thing we're going. I found some of what's in there so you can see what the inside of a 7-Eleven looks like.
It's a very
you've never
small
seen it.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, it's like a small, it didn't have all the stuff we see on YouTube and stuff, but it was still fun.
Skylar, are you enjoying Stavanger? Maybe market stalls.
There's a very fancy spa. Is this like a multi-story spa? There and there. And then there's a Starbucks.
It's like the spa on the bottom, Starbucks at the top.
There's a taco shop called Los Tacos.
It's very nice because the old town Stavanger you can see peeking through all of the kind of areas around the new Stavanger. We're heading down towards this lovely lake just to see what's happening. I think if you haven't booked a tour, Stavanger's certainly worth having a wee look around anyway because it is lovely. Listen.
Look at all the swans over there.
Swans! Look at all the swans. That does freak me out a wee bit just because I know swans babies can be very, very vicious and they're little babies with them. Obviously not something that we can take back on board, but there is like fresh fruit and fresh flowers and stuff here. This is the main kind of shopping-y kind of area here, and we are on the hunt for that lovely Disney-related product that I am looking for. So we'll see if we can find that as well. Me and Callum were just talking again about the old meeting the new. There's a lot of kind of mixed architecture here. It's very Norwegian. Look at all the bread. Also, there is a massive supply of stuff in there as well. So, went into the bakery and I have fulfilled my Disney wish for this holiday already, which is awesome. So, if you know Norway in Epcot, you know that there is the famous school bread. But why have it at Epcot in Norway when you can have it in real Norway here? Here is the school bread, famous school bread, which looks, I mean, let's be honest, it was always going to look better here, but it looks absolutely amazing. Callum also got
I'm not sure the pronunciation is FYLT, but
maybe like a field.
My pronunciation was field bread, and she understood it. So.
It looks lovely. So it looks like kind of more jammy.
Similar, but I think it was jam, and that's icing sugar, powdered sugar instead of coconut.
I think what we did say when we went to Epcot was it's interesting because it's actually bread. But I really look forward to eating it again, like, and having the real stuff. Yeah.
We've also ordered some coffees.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Mine was the mocha.
Well, this might be a mocha then. I don't know. Oh no, that looks like a mocha. It's a bit better. Anyway, I'm recording all of this for a reason. So we've got our coffees. So there's Skylar again. Hello, Skylar. We've got cappuccino and Callum's got a mocha. So yeah, we're gonna go and enjoy these. My understanding of this is that it's supposed to be like a creme pat, but I will say it doesn't look like a creme pat. It looks a bit more like a kind of like maybe like pineapple or apple kind of jam. But I'm still gonna enjoy this one. She's chatting. That's
Good.
oh yeah, it's so good.
Is that a fruit filling?
It's so good. No, I actually do think it is a cream pat. It's so good though.
Better than.
Definitely better than Norwegian Epcot. Like that is like a mountain crap. Callum, how was yours?
Delicious.
Callum's mum had a brownie as well.
No, I didn't.
Show
I
you.
had chocolate cake. So
Oh, is it a chocolate cake? I thought it was like a chocolate brownie.
no, Kimberly's got a chocolate brownie and it's very nice.
So
Not too sweet.
And the coffee's lovely.
yeah, the coffee's quite rich. Callum had a mocha and I had a cappuccino, and your mocha was really nice. Cappuccino's strong. Like, this coffee will blow you away. Having fun? And like all traditional garments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Imagine that you can get a tattoo in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
So this is a tea and coffee shop, and I kid you not, The smell in the shop is unlike anything else I've ever came across in my life. Because obviously all the fresh teas, it's absolutely amazing. And then you can get bags of coffee. There's so many different varieties of coffee. It looks like they sell them by weight, which is pretty cool as well. It smells so good in here. Callum, do you know, I think the smell in here is absolutely unreal, like anything else you've ever smelled in your life.
Surprisingly pretty.
I think it's because of the tea. It's so good.
Like,
What is?
oh, vanilla hazelnut.
Every time you turn a corner here, there's another amazing street to go up.
That's beautiful, isn't it? Like Valhalla. My favourite
Valhalla.
ride at Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
I know, right?
Actually,
It is. It's the best ride to Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
I sat down with a few pictures.
That really shows you the size of the ship that we're on. Like, it absolutely towers over the town. We've just came around the corner. There's a lovely kind of harbour type area here, so we're gonna go a wee walk along here. Stavanger so far, Callum? So pretty, isn't it?
yeah, I didn't know what to expect, and it's lovely. It's like a mixture of towns, a mixture of decades. It's like beautiful little wooden buildings. It's like big corporate stuff. It's industrial. It's nice.
So the red boat I was talking about earlier, that looks like that was one just out there going back in.
Look at all the mountains in the background over there.
I mean, the view and everything from this area is absolutely amazing. Oh wow! Look at the size of that. It's very deceptive because from this angle it looks like that boat won't fit through that bridge. But by the time it gets over there, you know it will. So just so you're aware, this is the Petroleum Museum, which is just at the other side of the kind of Stavanger city centre. So this is a ticketed museum that you can go to. For an adult, it's 180 Norwegian krona, 60 for a child, a family 420. It's quite interesting. It's a cool wee place to come to if you're looking for something to do for the day. So that's us coming back round towards the port really now. Callum's family's away onto the kind of hop on hop off buses that you can go on. I think me and him are possibly just going to go back onto the ship. The angles of the P&O Iona from here make that ship look absolutely amazing. Yeah, there's a wee souvenir shop. Well, there's a couple of souvenir shops, so we're going to go in a couple of souvenir shops and just have a look around and see if we can get a pin or something nice. Cal's going to get some photographs of the boat before we go back on. But yeah.
That's us back in the cabin. I'm just taking my shoes off because we're going to get ready to go for a swim or in the hot tub. Getting back on was really easy. It was
super easy.
a little bit of a queue, but you just need to go through security. My mum and Kimberly and Sammy and Skylar are still off the boat. They're away to a museum.
I did get, while we were away, this, which is a chai tea. We bought that in a nice smelling shop. It smells, I mean, you can smell it through that. It smells amazing.
Smells nice.
We did get a question about it when we got back on the ship, but they were very like, What's that? Oh, it's tea. Okay, great, that's fine. We also got, of course, a little Stravanger pin, which is really lovely as well. So yeah, good wee afternoon. We're just going to get ourselves ready and head up to the hot tub now.
Yeah, it's about 12:15, so it went off for just over 3 hours.
Yeah.
Did a good walkabout, saw a lot of nice stuff.
We have to say as well, the benefit to where we are, because we're in the lowest part of the ship, is the fact that when you jump back on board, you walk up on the floor and we're in our room, which is really good. So despite being a smaller room, it has its perks as well. We're gonna go and swim now. Bye.
I tried to take a bunch of photographs with my camera. I like photography. I'm not a photographer. I just do it for fun. But I'll edit those when I get home, and if you want to check them out, then have a look at my Instagram and I'll start to share them when we get back from our trip. It's quite a pretty place.
If you don't already follow us, please give us a follow on Instagram. Stew.agram. I always forget mine. Stew.agram and
Callum.McCally. So we're in one of the cinemas. Not currently watching a film, but we're having a seat while we're waiting to book one of the restaurants.
this is the quietest place on the ship, I would say.
Yeah, so just wanted to touch on how amazing the Stavanger Gospel Choir were. They did like a whole introduction where they told us that they sang with Mariah Carey, and that I think they have travelled and performed internationally, but my god, their voices were crazy. We've seen a lot of concerts, we've been to a lot of shows, and we've seen a lot of amazing singers, but they were absolutely fantastic. I hope P&O's paying them well, and if you're ever on the ship, I would say make time to come and see them because they're so good.
Yeah, they were amazing. There's there was one woman in particular had a really, really good voice, but I mean their harmonies and the way that they could sing together as a group, genuinely, like Callum said it, and I think I would agree. Like we've seen loads of people sing, and they blew me away in terms of like how well they sang together.
Yeah. This actually is probably just a good spot to put the videos in, even though it was Taylor, so I'll put them in here.
There's a season for everyone that comes from the Lord. There's a season for everyone under the sun. There's a time to weep and a time to laugh. There's a time to mourn and a time to laugh.
So we're just about to go for dinner. We didn't pre-book. So P&O has free dining, so you can pre-book food between 5 and 6, I think. And then from 6 onwards, you can join the virtual queues, which is good. But then, because it doesn't restrict you, but equally there's this mad dash to try and get seated or get a reservation.
I think what I would recommend is, although it ties you down a little bit, book some restaurants. The boat is also off, we're at sea again, on our way to Olden tomorrow already.
We got back on the boat, straight into our summery stuff in the hot tub. Then we went in the infinity pool, which was actually warm, so I think it was just cold on the first day. Then we went to a quiz. It was an individual quiz, so we all had to play on our own.
It was quite a difficult individual quiz, and I also felt, and the girl was lovely, but I also felt like she was kind of coming up with the questions throughout the quiz. She kind of went a couple of times, oh, I can't really ask that, and then changed her question, and then asked
some of the questions were a
so.
bit like vague as well, like what's the the biggest mountain range in the world. Like,
Yeah.
what's that? Like the longest, the
Yeah,
tallest,
it wasn't very
the
specific.
biggest like square mile area.
Yeah,
like, that's not.
the answer. Was the answer the Andes?
Yeah, so I'm assuming that must be like the longest.
So I think she meant the longest, but when she said the biggest, she didn't really explain it.
Yeah.
This is a harbour shop. If you've forgotten something, this is the place to come to. There's chocolates and things in here, the nice wee gifts, but also on the other side, there's also all of your kind of stuff. Things like toiletries, things like basically anything you could kind of think of, things like sunscreen and things. Obviously on our cruise, don't need that. But there are lots of things available that if you did forget them, you could grab something there. So that is the view from the atrium window right now, and it is absolutely gorgeous. People pay millions for views like that.
So come to the photo hub to see the photos that got taken last night, and you just put your cabin number in, and then you got a selection of photos to view. So these are Stuart's, looking quite good. Where's the one that you did like?
The first one. Oh no, the third one.
That one.
No, I like the third one.
That one.
I like the further away from it.
And then there was only one of me for some reason. I must be ugly or something. And then we've got a couple together. We may get one, we may not. If you do, it's £25 for one. And then the rest of the places are there. There's like a shopping sort of district, sort of shopping area. And if you have any children, then this is probably the place to bring them. Tons of toys to choose from, and
much is the
big stuffed animals. 145.
£225.
Okay, 225.
£225. The whales are very cute. How much is it? Oh, okay. That's not bad. £75. Oh, they're jelly cats. Okay, so that's an interesting thing to me because I've never seen a jelly cat before. I know that's like a sin for all those that are down in London, but I've genuinely never touched a jelly cat before. It just feels like a really nice plush. Not gonna lie, doesn't feel like getting fancy. So a little bit of information. Silver means that you're in midship.
What's that made of?
Kind of plastic, I think. It's like wood maybe?
It's that acrylic pour stuff.
But this means that you're in the middle of the ship. But what we've just discovered is from midship, if you stand right here in the middle of the stairs on 5 and you look all the way up, you can see the entire ship. Everything.
So that'll go all the way to.
I think that's all the way
It
to
probably will show you like 17.
17? Yeah. Oh, that's
I don't know if you can see it that well, but.
That's pretty cool. If you didn't know, silver is for midship, red is for forward, and blue, I think, is for the aft. So depending on which area you're in, depends on what colour each area is.
So you know what colour, what staircase you're on based on these.
I'm also going to double check my information later because I'm concerned now that red's actually aft and blue is forward. But
Either way,
there's a certain colour for each staircase you're on, so it doesn't matter which one you're on, you'll be able to track roughly where you are.
So that's dinner finished, and we've come outside to dedicate for a walk round outside. This is the first time we've been here. We were wondering where this was. There's a pool.
Yeah, it's the staff in there.
We were wondering where this, like how you get to the kind of pointy front end of the ship.
The bow, Callum, Jesus.
The bow.
Callum, if you've never learned, Callum does not know ship, like, lingo.
Now you know, and along there, and I'm assuming along here, there was multiple square hot tubs.
Yeah.
We didn't know that, so that's how we find it. We'll use another day.
I think this is...
These balconies look nice, very big. So there's a couple of hot tubs in a pool. We're not really sure what that is or how you get into it.
This is the first time I would say two things. We can really feel the ship moving tonight. it's really kind of going up and down. You can feel the kind of weightlessness and stuff. And this is the first time I've felt it where, because we're right at the front of the ship, I can feel the ship going down
Yeah.
and up, which is interesting.
It's a nice view though.
In general though, it's like good sailing we've had so far.
And Norway's over there on our right the whole time.
So there's the bow of the ship from the side.
The front pointy bit.
The front pointy bit. And if we look out this way, I don't know how well you can see, but there is land all the way along the side there.
We came back further out than I expected. Is this the first sunset?
Don't know, maybe. So these are some of the balcony cabins available. We're not going to show you inside someone's room, but that is roughly what you're getting if you're on this level. So
These
this
are not
is
the
level 8.
smallest.
They're not the smallest, and if I'm being honest, these would not be the ones I would like, because obviously, well, basically people can walk along and see in.
These are the extra long ones, however. So imagine you get a bit of sun there because nothing's over the top here.
Yeah, I think it again depends on the side of the ship you're on. Again, the scale of this ship.
I love this. Is our first sort of sunset, so it's nice. What a lovely angle. I'm like,
Also, literally, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I am going like this, and then like this, and then like this. I'm going left and right because it's so rough.
We've seen they're not very big, but
And also, we are keeping an eye out for any whales or fish. It's a shame we can't get right down to the bow, because if you could, you never know, you might see a dolphin. My hand is a dolphin. Do you get dolphins in Norway? Yeah, okay, bye. That's not bad.
we are up at deck 19, and this is our first time being up here after daylight. That was weirdly worded, but
I'm still enjoying the ride.
it's the first time being up here with the lights on. It's really
that?
pretty. It's like here. Wait a second. All the staircases. I'll show you down here. All these little lights and stuff come on. Yeah, it just seems like a really nice place to chill. Maybe I need a blanket just now, but it's lovely. We found another new little spot. Well, new to us. So this is the adults only area. I think it's called like Beachcombers or something. The bar's shut just now. The retreat's here on the right, then this is up the stairs just above it. I think when it's warm weather, this is like a sunbathing deck really. But I mean, what a view. What's under there? Is that the retreat?
My little sunspot. Yeah, looks like it.
I'll show you what it looks like.
Well, that looks lovely actually, doesn't it?
Fancy eyes only. Not us.
Excuse me, speak for yourself, but I am extremely fancy. I am fancy schmancy, and I have had wine.
We're gonna go and
Look at all the balls.
we're off to Crow's Nest to say hi.
Look at all the balls. Look at all the balls. Like big balloons. Feels so unsteady on my feet right now. It's unbelievable. Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Actually, just for information's sake, the Crow's Nest is a little bit tricky to find in like the first instance. So this is the very front of the boat. Is this the front of the boat?
This is the, yeah.
So you've got that. this is the retreat here, and then it's down at the bottom of these stairs. I'm sure there's another way in from the other side, but
You can get a lift from forward all the way up to 7 and get off.
so that you can bring prams and wheelchairs and
Babies
stuff.
and children.
And then it's
This is Epicurean.
Epicurean here, and then Crow's Nest here.
So tonight we are going into the Sky Dome to see the show Spark. Bonjour.
So we're back in our room, as you can see, from
Very warm.
Spark. It is 10:30, which is an early night as far as this ship's gone so far. Yeah.
But for us,
There's a lot of stuff on tonight. My mum and that are away to. We did have something called Festival Booked, which is another one of the headliner theatre shows. But tomorrow we pull into Oldham, which is, I think, going to be the most scenic place that we're pulling into, and we're hoping to get up for 5-ish to be upstairs and see the boat as it pulls into the fjord. So we didn't want to push it back out to like midnight tonight. But yeah, so we just made the Spark, and what did you think?
it was good. Probably the best show that we've seen on the ship so far. If you're into kind of that Cirque du Soleil kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's really
really
different from what I
interesting.
expected.
It's
It's
really
very much a circus stunt show.
It uses the space really well as well.
Yeah,
And
swimming pool.
considering as well the boat is like tipping
Yeah,
tonight,
it's really rocky.
you can like you're amazed by the fact that these people are throwing themselves about the way that they do.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking you're not only going like that, but you're also going like that, and you're like, it's crazy what they managed to do on the ship.
I think they want to keep it as a surprise. We got the tiniest,
Well, we got a couple of wee bits. So
the
here
tiniest
we
like
go.
3-second snippet. So I'll add them here.
Yeah, they used the Sky Dome area so well.
We just got Stuart didn't leave it.
We just got.
I just got a plate full of snacks.
I had some fries off.
We got some cocktails, and just sat down and watched it. Also, to be fair, I had a tiny pasta. You had loads of dinner.
Yeah, Callum got that is fair. Callum's tortellini, if you've seen it, at dinner was rather small.
So we ate an Opal tonight and took some videos of the food.
Here
just
they
to
are.
show you.
That was it.
The main dining rooms all have their own kind of feel and theme, colour and stuff, but the food's much the same, the service is much the same.
Yeah.
A good choice of maybe 6 options for each course.
Yeah, I think the selection was really nice tonight. There was a good mix of chicken, meat, kind of vegetarian options. There was a really good mix of everything.
More chilled than Coral, but then Coral was the celebration night, so who
Yeah.
knows?
So I don't know, maybe if you go back to Coral with the menu that obviously is across all the main dining rooms, it'd be lovely.
So far, I'd say my impression of the main dining rooms are the service is good and it's quick. The people are obviously busy because they've got a million things to do. It's a way of feeling kind of fancy for the night, but the food, I'd say in general, is nice. But it's, I suppose it's kind of just saying like a somewhat nice hotel.
I think from the dinner that I had tonight, the only thing I didn't really like was the Caesar salad. It was the only thing that was a bit meh.
Yeah.
In general, all the rest of the food's lovely.
Any highlights for the meal? Just like what was your standout?
The pie was really, really good. Like really, really good. I had a steak and it says steak and Devon Blue.
That's still good, by the way.
I still don't really know. I don't really know what that was. I thought maybe it was Devon Blue cheese, but then the sauce was like a cream, like a gravy kind of sauce.
Yeah, for me it was the
pie was lovely.
tortellini, which was really good.
Tortellini,
small
really
but
nice.
tasty. So Oldham tomorrow, which is going to be beautiful. We have a glacier excursion booked, which is going to be awesome.
Somehow, despite the fact that we're both very tired, we have to climb a mountain.
I'm like stretching my back out here. I'm not if you're watching me what I'm doing. My back.
It's been a very exciting but long day at Stavanger. Everything's been so good, and we've really enjoyed the first day of actually getting off the ship. So yeah.
Somehow day 3 of the cruise is over.
Oh,
But
take me that.
if you've enjoyed us so far, again, please like and subscribe.
Yeah, give us a comment. We'd love to hear from you, and we love to comment back or give you a wee reply.
Keep
and
watching.
of course, keep watching.
Watch the other
Check
series
out
that
our
we may have.
Instagrams. Look at our other series. We've went to London. We've shown you Scotland, which we're happy to show you more of anytime because obviously that's where we're from. So happy to do that anytime.
Yeah. In the summer we've got a couple of trips planned, and then we're going to Halloween Horror Nights in Florida in October, and this time we'll actually have a camera. Yeah, last time we used the phone and it looked like it'd been filmed in a microwave, so if you've watched those, thanks for sticking with it.
I wonder how we got that microwave to Florida.
But yeah.
Bye.
Bye.